The other congratulations, you played yourself. I would give to people who thought it was, America will have it together. There's no way an American citizen will get, there's no way the people who are not criminals will be sent to. Well, now that man is stuck in El Salvador, and the government is lying about him. They was in the Oval Office yesterday, cameras rolling, calling that man a gang member and a criminal with the president of El Salvador there. And the president of El Salvador said in the Oval Office to the president, no, we can't help you get that person out of the jail.
He doesn't have the power, Ebro. He said he doesn't have the power.
Fam, we're paying them taxpayer money. Y'all realize that's our money going to El Salvador to fund things that are going there, and us taking quote-unquote illegals who have not been through due process, who have not, you guys know we're going around all of that.
Yes.
At this juncture in American history, they can detain you, jail you, and send you to El Salvador without due process.
And guys, just for the people who are tuning in, the Trump administration admitted that this man, his name is Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, okay? They admitted that he was deported due to an administrative error. Like, he was here, quote unquote, legally. Like, everybody's like, come the right way.
No, he had all the documents.
Yes.
He was working. No criminal record.
And they admitted it was just an error that led to this?
Yes.
They've said it multiple times.
And the president of El Salvador is like, I would do it, but I can't. I'm sorry. Right?
Basically, yeah.
He said we're not in the habit of releasing terrorists into our community.
Yeah, called that man a terrorist.
But Trump then should have pushed back and said, actually, we did the work. He's not a terrorist. There's no proof of anything.
Didn't do that. Trump didn't do that.
But hold on. But Trump, real quick. Trump is willing to act tough to Zelensky. Trump is willing to hit China with 125% tariff. Tough talk to Canada, Mexico. But he flounders. He cowers to the international power that is the president of El Salvador. He can't tell him.
I don't even know if he cowered, sir. I think it's more along the lines of he don't care enough.
Yeah, he don't want
that's
him
my
back.
point.
Yeah, he don't want him back.
So, but just so you know, he should realize, though, they're telling you, in theory, out loud, what's being said is we won't do this for the United States, even though the United States is telling us they need it. He's saying no, and you just go, and throwing your hands up because you obviously don't care.
Essentially, it's this button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It's a bad, and I just want to be the first one to tell you, if you haven't heard, it's a bad precedent.
But actually, Rosenberg, it's really them saying they won't do it, but Trump's telling them, hey, the country wants you to do this, but don't do it.
Right.
That's really
exactly.
It's not really. It's not really him bullying the Trump. Trump is really saying.
No. But that's
really
I'm aware. I saw the clip. I saw the picture of Trump's smile. I know exactly what's happening. I'm just saying, you look nuts, bro. You are a complete hypocrite. So they're just telling you they won't do it. And by the way, the president is bad
on being nice, bro. Hypocrite is being nice. They are liars, and they are playing in your face at every corner. Every turn, every up and every down. And by the way, most Americans at this juncture won't care about this man. What's his name, Laura Stiles?
Let me go back. His name is Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia.
Right, because of that name.
Yeah, that's right.
If that name was Jennifer Williamson, they might care a little bit more, especially if she had blonde hair and blue eyes. But I got news. It's a slippery slope, gang. We're here now. You realize that the Department of Justice yesterday or the day before told the Supreme Court straight up no. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House yesterday, said, we will get rid of district courts and defund them if they're not doing basically what we want them to do. So you were supposed to have 3 separate branches of government: the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. They were supposed to check one another and make sure the one doesn't break the law or doesn't have an imbalance of power. That's not where this is going. And the Supreme Court I'm reading and hearing, doesn't want to push too hard because they know Trump will tell them no, and they don't want to be basically rendered powerless, because then they would have to go after the president. And guess what the Supreme Court's not doing, because that's been documented, that they have already said that while the president's in there, the acts that he does are presidential and can't be considered crimes, and he can't be convicted for them because they set that precedent already.
But it doesn't matter. No matter what they want to do, this moment is when the Trump administration has realized we don't have to do anything court says.
That's right.
The courts, the only might that the federal court has is their backing from the feds. They don't have police. They don't have a military. They don't have anything. So if the feds decide we don't care about them anymore, they will kill off essentially the authority of the judicial branch. And I'm not exaggerating here when I say this to everybody who voted for Trump. If you kill off the judicial branch's power, just to be clear, American democracy is dead as we know it. That is the end of American democracy. We are now entering some other new version of whatever it is that we're doing. But we are now
here. It's officially a kangaroo court and a banana republic. Hit the
Lots
button.
of kangaroos and bananas.
Congratulations.
Kangaroo, banana. Yo, I'm going to tell you, in my house, my wife is so stressed out, she started crying last night. She was like, babe, what you going to do? I was like, I ain't going to do nothing. She was like, we shouldn't consider moving. I was like, move where? I need the job.
I need to work.
I got to work.
I know. And just, it's like, oh my God.
And then I told her, I said, this is I said, wow, we got to take this seriously. The way you feel right now and the concern you have is what they want you to have. They want you to be emotionally unstable and making brash decisions. So hold the line, hang on. It's going to be some tough times.
I mean, we may not see the end of tough times in our lifetime.
No. You're right,
this may
but I'm just saying. Don't make
time.
any brash decisions, and make sure your paperwork and everything is tightened up. Because guess who's going to be stressed out the most? It ain't going to be people who look like Rosenberg. It's going to be people that look like me, Laura Stiles, Shawnee Culture, Cass One. With names that they don't consider, American. So when you get your opportunity to vote, better make sure you do something, because now's the time. It's all on the line. When they start ignoring the judicial branch and telling, and countries are like, yeah, nah, we in trouble, Jack.
Guys, did you see while Bukele was in the White House, did you see that the word homegrown criminals were trending yesterday? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because Trump suggested that next is, U.S. citizens who commit crimes. Oh, sure, let's just send them on over there. While you're at it, let's just build some more jails.
And they'll say people that have committed heinous crimes. That's how they're framing it. But once again, if there's no due process, if there's no actual function of the courts and the judicial system, and they're just saying, boom, this one, you're donezo. Hit the